Step into the silence of a forgotten world where the echoes of life still linger in the dust. This West Midlands hospital, closed just a few years ago, now stands as a decaying monument to the passage of time. Nature has begun to reclaim the halls, with mould creeping across the walls that once echoed with urgency. Deep inside, remnants of a former purpose remain, with X-ray machines and a stark operation table left exactly as they were, preserved in an eerie stillness. Even the ceiling lights still hang above, casting an imagined glow on a history that has turned to ash following a devastating fire, telling a story of fragility and loss. Now join me as I explore this abandoned hospital, and I hope you enjoy. Welcome to this abandoned hospital. We're currently on the roof. We are in the West Midlands somewhere, and this is our entry point. Let's go take a look. Currently inside one of probably the best hospitals I'm going to be ever exploring. We have just jumped through this little roof hatch onto these tables, and we're going to be exploring this beautiful, beautiful hospital. Closed down a couple of years ago due to a fire. This fire, I'll show you the room actually where the fire happened. Here's some of the fire in some of this hospital here. And this is the main room. This is where the fire happened. So this caused the wing of the hospital to close down a couple of years ago. And then what's been left behind is absolutely crazy. So let's go carry on this explore, and let's go find out, and I'm going to show you all the way through what there is to see. So right now we're going to be walking through the X-ray department. You can see on their letters here we've got X-rays, do not enter when light is on. Radiation protection, ladies. If you think you are pregnant, please be sure to inform the radiographica before you are X-rayed. So here we go, let's have a look. Wow, look at this. Absolutely massive, massive X-ray room. You've got absolutely everything left in here. You even have, by the looks of it, if I can just squeeze it through here, you've even got the controls for it all. Got loads of it. This is absolutely incredible. Just tells you how many amps you're using, what numbers to pick. I'm not sure how it all works, but it's got the minutes as well. But look how amazing this is, and it's very surprising how much the NHS can just leave behind. But look at that. That is absolutely phenomenal. You've got a little TV here as well. But this is worth thousands of pounds. Obviously it's out of date now, so it's not actually worth anything. But back then this would have been worth thousands. Then this would have been like body, this would have been for your body to have obviously your X-rays. And then you'd have had a stand-up X-ray here as well. So you'd have been able to stand up across, obviously like you've hurt your arm or something, or. But yeah, just to see how much money the NHS has actually left behind. Like, you still got the clock up here. This is just absolutely incredible. Why leave all of this behind? What's wrong with these companies? Sorry, my torch is flashing about. I need to get a new torch. I'm going to get one fitted for this camera. But for now, you're going to have to deal with this little LED strip. This is great. It's absolutely fascinating. And then we're coming into more of this X-ray room. Got a dark room in use, look. And then this is like an eye sampling room, I guess. So you'd have read like numbers from a distance, see? To see how good your eyes are. I'm not too sure what this mini graph is all about. You've got another one here. That's really, really cool to see. A big phone and these posters. It's really, really interesting to see. But to see how much has been left behind is just absolutely crazy. It's thousands of pounds worth of machines that the NHS just don't want. Obviously there is the fire damage possibly may have damaged all of it, but still, like really, still some of it surely is savable. So we're still in the X-ray department, and we've just walked into this other room. We've got a really old wheelchair, just again sat in this room, not doing a lot. Got a bit of paint on the wall. Don't know what happened there. There isn't really a lot in here. It would have been another X-ray department by the looks, because they've got this screen there. But we're going to keep going. We'll have a look through this door. Okay, so this door opens. Yeah, so it would have been another X-ray room. Look. Okay, it keeps going. So yeah, now we're just walking down this hallway. Look at this. We've got this really old Canon eye machine. This would have been, yeah, you'd have put your face on here by the looks. Yeah, you'd have put your face on there, and then that would have adjusted. Like you put your chin on there, sorry, and then you'd have a look, and it'd obviously have a look at your eye, your pupils, and is it retina, I think it's called. And I don't know what this is, like a projector of some sort, but that's pretty cool. You've got some really, really old computers. They're really old because they're like, obviously you can see the dome dish on the front and the really large back on the back end of it. That's really cool to see though. I have a fact again, still obviously outdated, but they could have sold it on to other countries that are in desperate need of stuff like this, and it's just been left here just to be forgotten about, which is such a shame. Such a shame. So as you can see, it is a diabetes centre. I'm going to again blur out because there's addresses absolutely everywhere for this place. So I'm going to have to scan through all of this and get rid of all everything. Look at this. There's another diabetes room. Again, we've got another projector here. Okay, I remember these back in school when you were a kid. Like doing your your hymns in assembly. I don't know if anyone from the other countries would have done this, but I know in the UK, definitely people will remember this. And this is all brand new, look. God, this is all still in its wrappers. This is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. I'm not sure what it is. I really don't know. But this is absolutely incredible. How much money and belongings have been left in this hospital is just beyond me. You can see again how old some of the storage is, because you've got some really, really old computers sat in here, especially the monitor side. And the keyboards, you can see they're old. So a lot of this stuff is definitely outdated. I can see why they've decided to leave it. But again, it would have been nice for another country to have some of this, because they could be in desperate need, but this is the NHS for you. Welcome to Britain. And like, again, we're in another diabetes room. We've got a bed sat in here, and for some reason we've got another eye machine that they check the distance of your eyes, see how well your sight's looking. So I'm not sure why this is in here, but again, this is literally like storage to all of us. We don't really know why a lot of it's in here. Right, so we've come up to the most interesting part of this hospital. We've got a resuscitation suite. Yeah. Wow. Look at this. Look how incredible this resuscitation is. Big skylight, ceiling light. I wonder if it moves. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, it does. That's well cool. Oh, it goes up. How wicked is that? So cool. And you've got like little nurse ward rooms, I guess. This looks like the light you'd find out of Pixel. You know, it jumps across and jumps onto the letter. That is literally that little light there. That's pretty cool though. It's alright, let's go to some other rooms. It's got a bathroom and another ward. We've got a recovery room here. Is there anything in here? No, there's nothing in this recovery room. It's just an empty shell inside here. Let's have a look what's down here. Oh my, we found a theatre. Look at this. We've actually found the theatre with no anaesthetic. And I can see a bed in there. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely nuts. Look at that. Look at that. This is absolutely crazy. How is this just left in here? If I turn my torch down. Now you're going to eat my torch. But this is crazy. Big, big operation line. Look at that. It just hangs from the ceiling. This big, big operation bed. Obviously there's no tables or anything in here. In here, by the looks of it, you have the sink from where they wash up any of their tools and knives and whatever else they were using in here. But this is absolutely incredible. This is absolutely nuts. This is absolutely crazy. But you can see how old this building is. You can see the mould growing up on the corners of the walls, or down the sides of the walls. Not sure what that is. Like blood, maybe? Not sure. It's all down here as well, and all over the side. Maybe it is blood from a patient of some sort, and it's just not being cleaned. But again, you've got like the change and scrub up, and you've got a dirty utility area as well. But you can see it's just nothing in here. That is so cool to see. Really, really is. Like coming back to the resuscitation in room 3, like coming back in here, you can see again like all the mould. It's just been sat for so long. You can see all the mould growing all over the walls, all over the ceiling. It's just a building now that's going to slowly be forgotten and just fall apart. And I reckon in the next few years, once people start finding out about this place, it'll be gone. You know, people will start destroying things as they always do, which is a massive, massive shame nowadays. So we're just going to go over to this ward quickly and have a look through here. This is ward 3 apparently, and ward 2 and ward 1. But there'd have been patients in here after their operations. By the seems of it, just been looked after, make sure they're recovering okay, make sure their vitals and everything else is fine. But again, this is just one very sad room. And just think how many lives have been lost in this room, on that operating bed. This is absolutely nuts. This is seriously, seriously crazy stuff. It's absolutely bonkers. And then we're going to go into this little room here. And you can see that once I put my torch on, there's little milk cartons or shopping trolleys. And then on the wall you've got some brilliant bits of advertisement for other companies in the area. Or at the time, maybe they've shut down after all these years. And like, you can see how spooky this corridor is. If I turn my torch off, look how spooky that is. But absolutely mental. There's some power still on. There's a light down the bottom that's still on, which is really, really creepy. So let's have a quick further look and see what else is going on. Oh, hello. Hello. Yeah, you? Yeah. Hiya. Sorry, we're filming. You okay?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. No worries. We'll go now.
I'm afraid that how.
Pardon?
I'm afraid that who is inside this.
It's me. Sorry, I was just filming for YouTube. That's all. It scared me. Is this all shut down as well?
Yeah. It's all
Can we come in and have a look?
No, this time it will be locked.
This is all locked. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
If you come in the morning in the
Okay.
next morning.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
It's all open.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so this is still being used.
Yeah.
This side's not. That side is. Okay, that's understandable. All right, no worries. So we just bumped into security, which is pretty cool. Or someone who works here, like a caretaker of some sort. Very polite man, pretty nice. But just unbelievable how much has just been left and size of this place. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things that the government doesn't want anymore. Listen, there's an alarm going off. Let's get out of here. We set the alarm off. Listen to it, listen. Right, let's get out of here. Let's go. Before we leave, look at this little crazy toy. You can hear the alarms going off upstairs, further up there. We've got to get out of here because that security guard might have called the police. The last thing I want to do is get caught being inside here. Let's Crazy though, absolutely crazy. Yeah, so we're going to make a move now, but look at the reception, all the books. Little tables and chairs are still in there. But we've got to make a move because we think security has probably called the police. So back out the roof we go, and back on the main roof. As we leave this haunting piece of history behind, the shadows of the past slowly fade back into the silence. The corridors that once blushed with life and steady footprints now stand hollow, swallowed entirely by decay, mould and ash. Left behind like ghosts in the dark, silent operating tables, abandoned x-ray machines, and dangling lights bear witness to a story cut short by time and fire. But this exploration is only the beginning. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned as we uncover more hidden history, forgotten ruins next time.